All right, last matchup. This is our Sunday night tip-off. It's going to be a wonderful game. I'm telling you guys right now, maybe the best game. Between these last two games, I think those are going to be the best two games. We're talking about the Buffalo Bills visiting the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. The line here, if I could pull this up, you have, yes, the Chiefs at home, another short favorite. Again, divisional round. You expect that. The Chiefs at home are 2.5-point favorites here. 53.5 is the over-under, by far the highest over-under total on the board. This is a 5:30 Central Time kickoff, so it's actually happening a little bit earlier than what I would imagine, but that's going to be good, man. We're able to get some sleep that night. Here with the trends, Buffalo in their last 5 games overall, they've covered their spread 4 times and they won all 5. Kansas City in their last 5 games at home, they've covered the spread all 5. In a total, in the last 5 games for Kansas City in general, have gone over. So, fellas, last game of the divisional round, which I think this matchup will be the best one in our nightcap on Sunday and our weekend cap. Hey, last one. Let's pick the winner.
Yeah, man, this is going to be a tough one, man. I mean, I don't know what it is. I feel like everyone is expecting the Chiefs to win, but I feel like everyone is betting on the Bills. It's not very often the Bills are underdogs. Man, this is tough. It's Arrowhead. I mean, it's the Chiefs. It's still the Chiefs. The Chiefs are going as hot as ever. I mean, they got hot at the right time. They've been in the AFC Championship last 2-3 years. I want to pick the Bills so freaking bad.
What's holding you back?
My gut, man.
What's holding you back?
But I picked
holding you back,
man. Honestly, what's holding that is Patty Mahomes, man. Is that if you still look at that roster, dude? I mean, and really, I understand everyone thought the Chiefs were dead. I was saying it. I was absolutely saying it. That the Chiefs were dead, and for like half the first seat for like the first half of the year, they've just completely picked it up. They've gotten hot as ever. They've done what the Chiefs do, and they get down in the beginning, come back at the end, and go insane. Saying that, I'm gonna go.
Hey, wait! You said you picked every favorite.
I have.
The Chiefs are the favorite here.
They are. I'm aware. Forget it. I'm gonna go the Bills. I'm gonna do it. I got the Bills. I think they'll do it. The Chiefs can't make it every year, right? They can't do it every year. Let's go Bills. Year. Let's go Bills Mafia, baby. Hey, let's jump through those tables. Let's chug them beers and let's get it.
Man, I want to see some tables broke to go to the Super Bowl. That would be lovely, but it ain't gonna happen. And they definitely ain't gonna let them break a table in Kansas City. Because they're going to have barbecue on their tables. And they don't want any of that meat or sauce hitting the ground.
Oh, too good, man. Two finger licking good, man. Can't waste that.
Break a table in Kansas City, they're going to be ready to break a face. So, with that being said, man, dog. Patrick Mahomes. We're looking at a young Bron type, a young GOAT in action. Is he a Brady? No. But he's something different. He's something, he got it. I think that playoff Mahomes, there hasn't been a lot of games where he himself has just had to win. You know, he's had a great team pretty much, you know, the whole time that he's been playing. He still has a lot of good players, but this is a time where he can step up and show who Patrick Mahomes is, regardless of whoever else is playing. So I think that happens. I think we see some GOAT action go down. Not GOAT, baby GOAT. But and I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
I love it, man. I'm gonna go with, I will say this game definitely goes over if you're into that type of thing. Okay. Highest total on the board for a reason. Last 5 games for Kansas City overall have gone over for a reason. And this is gonna be a I don't know, how do they say it? It's gonna be a fought, claw, tooth and nail into the end in this matchup. I don't see either team really being able to stop either team. That makes sense. Until the very end, where I think one team's going to get an important stop. I don't know how that stop is going to happen. I don't necessarily know who it will be. I really can't even anticipate who I think it will be, who gets that stop. But one thing I can anticipate is the fact that a lot of points will be scored, and the fact that one of these quarterbacks, and And if I'm not mistaken, you guys help me out. Did the Bills and the Chiefs, didn't they match up last year in the playoffs?
I think they did, if I can remember right. I think so.
I think so.
I think the Bills beat the Colts first round to face the Chiefs.
Okay, let me see that. Somebody can look that up. I'm typing it in now. 2021 playoffs. Yes, January 24th of 2021, the Chiefs won at home. Same type of matchup in Kansas City, 38-24. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. A lot of points going to be scored here. Chiefs, and that was a game where the Bills actually started at the end of the first quarter. They were up 9 points, 9-0. Okay, the Chiefs were down at home early, and then Mahomes went crazy. And the Chiefs went crazy and scored 21 points in the second quarter. Then it never really looked back from there. So I think this game is going to be similar in terms of points scored. In terms of who's going to win the game and how it's going to play out, I just have a little more faith. Gosh, this is tough.
Mm-hmm.
This is tough. You know what? You know what? I'm going to ride the big dog, man. I rolled him last week. I said he's going to run the ball about 10 to 15 times. He didn't do that, but he was efficient with the runs. And I said he's going to throw about 2 touchdowns. He doubled that number and went with 4. And I don't think the elements here affect either team. Obviously, Kansas City, they're used to it. And the Bills, they're definitely used to the inclement weather, you know, coming from Buffalo, going to Kansas City. So I don't know what the weather's necessarily going to be like, but I think it matches both of these teams, and I don't think it affects them at all. Not negatively, at the very least. It doesn't affect them. So that big boy I'm talking about is Josh Allen. I think this is a revenge game from last year. They were knocked out of the playoffs, same team, same scenario, and they were actually up, like I mentioned. First quarter, they were up almost double digits in that game last year and then blew it. I think if they're up this year in that same situation, I think they hold on to the lead, and I think there's a great possibility that the Bills could be up early on in this game. I just think Josh Allen is playing that well, and if Josh Allen wants to solidify, because he's perked our interest, but if he actually wants to solidify being a top 5 quarterback, this is a game he needs to get it done. This is the matchup he needs to get it done, and this is the other quarterback on the opposing side he needs to get it done against. So I'm riding you, big dog. This is, to me, I'm not really into the legacy, yada yada and all that, but my boy Josh Allen gets it done here. This is definitely a signature legacy type of win, and I'm banking on the fact that he gets it done. And I love him with Stephon Diggs, and I don't know if Beasley is playing, but they have Emmanuel Sanders. They just got a couple cats, man. They got some guys that can roll, and then their defense, lo and behold, talking about the Bills here, their defense has improved drastically from last year. So I don't think the defense, this will be a defensive game. I don't think that by any means, but I think we talked about who makes that last stop when they need it the most. I think the Bills have the possibility of doing that. So I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking Josh Allen. I'm taking who's their coach, McDermott. I'm taking their offensive coordinator, who is the Brian Daboll. I'm taking Emmanuel Sanders. I'm taking who's the other receiver I just talked about, Diggs. I'm taking Singletary, who's my fantasy running back. Kind of screwed me this year, but hopefully it's a good game here. And I'm taking that defense for the Bills that over the entirety of the year, they have done a much better job of being able to slow down teams. I think they slow down the Chiefs here and they send the Chiefs home packing, literally. So that's it, fellas. You guys got anything else you want to say with this game or any of those other matchups you want to talk about?
No, man, I would just say, it's playoff football. Again, we're in that Elite 8. We will, we're what, 2 weeks away from knowing who's going to be in the Super Bowl? 2-3 weeks. So
no, we know who's going to be in the Super Bowl. I already said it's going to be the Packers and the Titans. I already said that.
I see. So because in my original thing, I thought it was going to be the Bills and the Packers, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But I will say that I actually am changing that from last week. I did say the Patriots would be in the Super Bowl. That was probably
it's kind of hard for them to be in the Super Bowl now.
Hey, but again, I was self-handicapping, because I hate the Patriots. So, I thought it was a safe bet, but it's all good. I'm adjusting a little bit. Now I'm going to say the Bills and the Packers now be my Super Bowl. I believe it's going to happen. Appreciate all you guys out there listening, and we'll see you guys next week. And I can't wait. I think it's going to be in the AFC. championship.
Yeah, Hicks, you got to make your picks for Super Bowl. Your live and updated picks. Who makes the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna say Rams and Chiefs.
Rams, Chiefs. Okay.
Okay.
It's a nice little matchup. Truth be told, if any of these teams play in the Super Bowl or match up against each other, I think it'll be a phenomenal game. Like, there's not one team in the playoffs right now currently you're like, that team is kind of stank. Like, I don't know how they still here. Ain't none of that. All these teams are exciting. All these teams perform. For the most part, they perform, like they should be, a top team over the course of the entire season. And it's continued to this point. So, Hicks, you got anything else you want to say?
No, I'm ready for the Super Bowl. It was a great season. NFL just gets better and better every year. Just reloaded with more athletes. This year, we had like a lot of kind of off the field storylines, and there's not as many. There's so many startup quarterbacks and stuff that we're still kind of building storylines. It's not that those same old rivalries or like the days of Manning versus Brady, but it's going to be some great football. I'm real excited to see it, and been having a good time doing this show, and I appreciate everybody listening to it. And ready to rock and roll for next time.
Yeah, ready to rock and roll, man. I'm definitely ready to rock and roll this playoff weekend, which is, again, the divisional round with these 8 matchups, the Elite 8. Kyle, I really love that, man. Taking a little basketball tournament and put it into the football side. So these are the Elite 8 teams right here. And there's no question about it, man. And these are, if you look at them, besides, I'm trying to think if anyone else is in that quarterback conversation. I mean, these to me are the Elite 8 quarterbacks. You got Mahomes, you got Brady, you got Stafford. Who else you got? You got Jimmy G, right? I don't know if he's elite or not, but playing with that team, they continue the way they played last week. They can be elite. You got Josh Allen, of course. So you got some really talented quarterbacks. And to me, this is what separates these teams from the pack. The fact that they actually, Aaron Rodgers, speaking of the pack, these teams have solidified themselves as being the better teams, the elite teams this year. And a lot has to do with the fact that, they have really good quarterback play. And I think defense will play a role. I think that goes without saying. Defense and run game, we talking playoffs, that's got to matter to some extent with these games. And I think that shows itself in these playoffs and this divisional, Elite 8 rounds. So fans, continue to support, continue to love us. Continue to shoot this out, man. If you guys like what we do, like, subscribe, do all that, which we love, but also shoot it out to a friend or to a buddy or to a homegirl, whoever it is that would like hearing our talk about NFL and just football in general. So from us to you, this is me, Coach T. Continue to show us love, continue to show us support, and we'll keep bringing you that funk.